got lovely yellow on, and it's really being very clear. So that's what I'm trying to talk about. The image is clear, pretty, your image is clear, but your voice equally needs to be as clear as the image. Otherwise, you've lost the message. So the book I've written is about giving your story, is about the message. What is your message? And that has to be asked to every single entrepreneur. What is it that they really, truly are in love with and have fun with and are passionate about? Over to you.
Yes, ma'am, that's great. And I just want to have some interaction, more interaction about startups, because here in India, we have different states, as you said, people are from Kerala, people are from Tamil Nadu, and Pretty, she's from Delhi. So it's like around, it's a bigger area which we cover. Whereas here, we got huge potentials in education sectors, especially in education sectors, because almost 45,000 plus colleges and universities are there in specific zones. In this particular college, we have a source of around 6,000 students. Only this particular college. So my point is like I want some advice from you, like how to connect digitally, like connecting these college students as well as connecting entrepreneurs and overseas founders and the great networkers. When you talk about Mr. Shine, he's also doing good in another part, in state called Kerala. So we are planning to connect all those things. So that's why I'm just asking some suggestions and helps from you. That's what I'm meaning to. Give me a minute.
There is an interruption going on, Anand, so I'm not sure where it's coming from. It's like music is in the background, somebody singing.
Yeah, I'm just checking that. Fine, all right. Am I audible now?
Yes, you're better. You need to, that's the other part about clarity. Your voice is very clear, Anand, very, because you believe in what you're doing. Yeah. It comes across. You've got the presence in the same way as Pretty has in your frame. I'm looking at you. You can actually come up higher in your frame.
Yes.
Yes, because Pretty is already in the frame. And I'm just, yes, that's better, that's better. So that's what I mean about slowing down. You can rush everything, and then what's the point? Because everybody will go, well, that was fast, but where do they go? Whereas I can see very clearly Pretty in the screen. She's clear. And you're clear. Your passion is clear. The voice is clear. That's what it's about digitally. You talk about being digital. The digital for a lot of people means it either works or it doesn't because of signals. So you have to be very confident to ride the signal drops, ride the signal vacuum sometimes. And when you've done that, that's where the message comes through. It's the voice, and only you have the voice. It starts with you. And that comes back to confidence. So even though you're trying to rush me about, and I hear the questions, so I'm a very good listener as a counselor, I hear the question of how do we do it? You do. There's music. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
So when you ask the question of what can you do as startups, that's better, man. Now we're getting somewhere. You're full in screen. And people then, seriously, you're full in the screen. It's brilliant because your voice is very clear. You need the same clarity in your vision and visual. Yeah. Once you've done that, people get your confidence. People will go, oh gosh, look at that. Look the way he looks there. Look at the way he sounds. Look the way Pretty sounds. She believes in her work. It's very obvious to me because I've listened to a lot of her videos. So once you've got that, what I call a message, that's how you reach people. You don't have to worry about who do you connect with. Okay, yes, you've connected with Shine Kopal. He's connected with me. Yes, you are picking people who are what I call key influence key makers. That's where you go, key influencers. So you've already done it with certain people. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. There are other people, like Felix is another key influencer. When you've got people in the community who are influencing the community, you know you're onto a winner. You and Pretty are doing this already as young startups and young entrepreneurs. You're making what I call a great impact. The energy is there, but then the message has to be consistent. And you keep saying to me, I'm consistent. You be consistent, clear, and then link with entrepreneurs who are giving similar energy. And it's all about energy. Try and simplify the fears. When you say, what do we do? How do we do it? Simplify the fears, because you're already doing it. You've started, you're doing it. You've got key influencers. You invite the key influencers like you did this week. You've got one every day. And you gain that energy back. So it's a flow. We call it a flow of energy. And from that energy, you get all the answers to your questions, because you've got what we call a network, digital network of experienced entrepreneurs who have energy. And it's always about the energy. Once the energy drops and the signal drops, it's a diluted message. So always keep the message strong. And that's what my show is about. I will invite people like yourselves who are passionate and have a strong voice, and who really believe in themselves, and you do. So belief and confidence is something that has to be part of the program.
Thank you, ma'am, and very well said. Really, it excites me more, because today morning we had a session with Mr. Vijay Kapoor. He's the founder of Derby. He was talking about the aura, the positive vibrations, the energy. You are also talking about the aura, positivity, aura, vibration. And on the time, while I was having some conversation with you, you told me to have some vibrations, like tap yourself and work with your body language and key skills, all kind of things. So that is really great. All the successful people from various part of the world, yourself, Mr. Felix, Charul ma'am, Preeti ma'am, whoever me personally, it took me 2 years to organize 17 plus countries and 50 plus guests. Like one is from UK, one is from US, one is from Dubai, one is from Kerala, Tamilnadu. So it took a lot of years. But right now we are in the harvesting time. So whereas it is easy for us to connect, and to my point is like, all the successful peoples have few things in common. They write books. They have a clear vision and mission. Obviously, you have that consistency. I'm really, really happy to see you digitally. Whenever I open my screen, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Insta will be popping up daily. Not even a single day you have missed out of your health or whatever, your travel. That was, inspiring me. And the moment when I started connecting you, you started the group, the spark. Now it's growing bigger and bigger with many influencers. So that's why we are forming a board. Next, probably few months from now, we'll be having a personal meet, face to face. So we are planning something big. So that's why we are organizing, investors from Dubai. Many people are there. They are stepping in now. But you are the one who believed, as Mr. Ramani told, before a year we had a session. So you are the one. Few people, that 50 top-notch people have believed us from the beginning. Not now, the moment we have started. So this pandemic took everything upside down. I'm not a kind of a digital guy, but whereas Preeti is, it's like she got my back and I got hers, something like that. So when I'm seeing your the way you are delivering, that's why I'm telling. You're talking about aura, positivity, energy. Felix, he was a wonderful personality. He'll jump out of the bed literally 3:30 in the morning, US time. He'll be coming up and attending the session, and he's too consistent and specific, focused, sniper focused, only of consulting and management. Whereas you do.
The two key elements in what you've said there, I'm explaining about Felix. I introduced you to Felix. When I owned a cyber cafe in 1999, 2000, and I put all my work online. So that was the starting of, because I was a tutor, I was a lecturer in college and a corporate fitness consultant for Ford Motor Company. I was putting a lot of my work online because it was easier to do that. But it was early days in 2000. It was early days for people to go live and be very comfortable digitally. So we used to do the Learn Direct program through college. And coming back to Felix, I started with Twitter. So I was tweeting. While I was in Ford Motor Company on my consultancy days, I'd be tweeting, I'm in Ford, I'm doing this, blah, 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 blah. Now, Felix was doing it unknown to me from North Carolina and New York. And he was tweeting. Now, this is the secret. The two of us tweeted, but I'm very discerning. I'm just breaking that down for people, if they're not sure what the word means. The internet can be full of bad things, bad negative energy. And I was attracting a lot of negative energy because of being female. So I was very, very selective, and Felix was consistent, and Felix was being a loving soul. So his tweets were very upbeat. His tweets were very, I would call authentic. So those are the key things you have on the digital side of it. You need to be, as you've just done it now, you've corrected where you are on the frame because you're a very valuable person. And Anne and Pretty are two founders. You're valuable people in all of this. So you need to fill the frame with the voice, with the message. So if the message is authentic and clear, then people are going to go, I want a bit of that. I want a piece of that. That's how you attract. You hear the likes attract. The attraction is, I want a bit of that because it's energy, it's authentic, I feel happy, it's fun, and it's secure. Consistency breeds security. It means people are not going to be one day, and disappear the next day. It means it's there and the message is clear and loud and clear. So Felix was there because of Twitter and I in the beginning. And then I invited him on my show because I felt he deserved being on my show for being so consistent and being a true, authentic man. So those are the qualities.
Fine, that's really great. And few people don't understand, language English. They want some translations. For those particular persons, we can do some certain specific videos in Tamil to translate the conversation which we are having right now. The point is, like, our guest is from UK and she don't understand Tamil as well as, one of my partners. So it's like, so we are doing things in English as of now. I'll be translating this, in a separate short format of videos, and I'll be delivering it to all the, interested students and participants for the next proceedings. And yeah, my next question is like, speaking about consistency in every business, my point is like, I've traveled a lot, but I have never traveled to US or UK, but I traveled to almost all Asian countries. Still, I find people's, because what you said is right, because what you think is what you become. Like it's all about attracting things. And it's not just like that. We met just before 2 years. We had a lot of conversations. It's like building a specific business takes time. What do you think about the time duration now? Because you in early 2K, like 2000, in the year 1999, 2000, started this digital conversations. But whereas myself, I'm almost 35 now. I'm not very much comfortable and I'm not a kind of a digital guy. But whereas Preeti started her YouTube channel just before, YouTube was emerging. And right now she got around 200,000 followers. It's almost, 200,000 plus followers and almost 30 to 40 million views. Consistently, she was posting in education things. But whereas I'm not a kind of a guy going digitally. But I was thinking like, Anand, you should have been done this certain segments earlier to get more followers. So whereas it will be easy for us because after this pandemic, it took everything entirely from top to down. We are connecting through Zoom. Still now, certain colleges are not properly reopened I know the pandemic is still had a great impact in India. So that's why we are planning these kind of things. And what is your suggestion about this digital era transformation happens from here to there?
There were a couple of things that you've said there, Anand, that's jumps out. And I'm going to, you see, because of listening skills, that is vital. You have listening skills, and Pretty equally has listening skills. When you hear another person's energy and passion, you pick that up and you think, right, what do I do with this? Where do I run with this? Which is the bit of conversation. Now, what you've said there are two vital points. Pandemic, one, it meant that everybody went online because that's the only way you could communicate is through Zoom. So yes, the timing is vital. Now then, in the UK, the restrictions are easing, so people are able to meet person to person again, but you will always need from a distance. So this is talking about you being where you are in India and I in the UK. It is going to be easier to do it now because of Zoom. It's going to be cheaper because of Zoom. It's going to be more connective because of Zoom. So you can reach more people. So that answers the questions about your followers. You don't have to be Pretty, Anand. You have to be Anand. You don't have to emulate Pretty because she's very good at what she does. And she's very skilled at what she does. And therefore that's her expertise. But you, Anand, have got the expertise of connecting with people, networking with people. So you really don't have to look to your weakness. You just look to congratulating yourself about how far you've come from when you started and how many people you've connected with. Now you look about posture and you look about aura and you look about the energy. In a matter of 20 minutes, you've changed completely because you've done this. And when you look at people who are into acupuncture and Tai Chi and this kind of thing, it's not going to work to attract followers if you're going to be, watch me like this and talking down here, which is what a lot of people do because they're maybe introverts, they may be shy, whatever. So you immediately responded to me, you went straight up and you opened up, and then the message will open up to everybody. So you were right to pick the word posture. Your posture is open, your posture has energy within, and the message is clear. So that's how you rehearse, and you have to keep rehearsing. There's a book called, and I will give you the book title, it's a social media book that was written by Penny Power. So it says, I have it, but I keep giving my books away because I think somebody needs it. It's a bit like Abby Bernstein. She's gone to New York and she's giving books away because she sees somebody who looks as if they're depressed or something. So she gives them a book. Well, I do it sometimes because people need educating. So the book is called Know Me. Now think of the three little, what I call energetic and challenging. I think the word is challenging. Know me, like me, follow me. And that's the book she wrote. And that book was written 2006. Know me, like me, follow me. So you got a likable, and Pretty's got a likable face and character. And people will go, oh, I like that. I'll follow that. But it's not what you look like either, it's what you say with it. So it's know me, like me, follow me. And that involves trust, because you could have a trust issue. So trust is vital. Now you've been consistent, therefore that breeds trust. But if you're inconsistent, then obviously people are not going to follow you because they're going to go, he just does it because he wants to broadcast. He just wants to talk about himself. No, in your case, you're not doing that. You're saying, I want a collaborative, international collaboration of expertise. That's the message, loud and clear. But you have to know me, like me, Follow me.
Follow me. And I have a one more question. And you said about being a woman facing digital media or digital ambience in the year 19 or 2000. Still a lot of, I'm not talking about females, I'm talking about both genders. How you handle this negativity and negative energies, like whatever you do, like if you're like, it's not like we're not selling ice creams to, everybody will love us, right? So how you are handling that? I just want to know more about.
It's experience. So, you can't beat, you can have the degrees, you can have the certification, and that's necessary for credibility. To speak, speak to inspire, you have to have credibility to get on the stage and speak about something emotive. So those things have got to be part of your character. So I'm saying to you, the answer to it is that you have the experience, you mix with, and you are doing very well with Pretty. So you've got both genders working there. You're breaking those barriers down because Pretty's looking as she is and is active on YouTube and is active, full stop. You're the other gender, you're being active and you're being connective. We are stronger by being connected. Always remember, we are stronger by being connected. So internationally and globally, we are stronger by being connected. And therefore the authenticity and the message between genders, again, is about trust. Because once you made me feel quite nice when you said, we're working with Pretty and we're working with so-and-so because of the female empowerment. Once you said female empowerment, that was inclusive. Using those words and backing it up with videos, with education, that's inclusive. The separatism, you know this, COVID is separate and divided a lot of people because it's meant that you've got to isolate. It's mentally crucial that you integrate. It's crucial, and collaborate with men and women. So the gender, all these things will disappear once you've got the message that you continue with, as you said, women empowerment. Because for too long, historically, men were the bread earners, meaning they were the ones that earned the money. But now we have women who can really make a difference. And I would say globally, make a difference in health, make a difference in wealth, make a difference in peace. And that's where we have the balance. So, Anand, rather than think, oh, there's barriers, you're already bringing those barriers down because of the inclusive conversation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And as of now, we have some next year of March, we have some plans. Whereas we are planning to travel to, Kerala, Mr. Shine Gopal's place, whereas he is building an incubator. Hope you know that. So that is the next step. After that, my plan is like to connect everybody, both online and offline, because a lot of educational sectors they are well organized, but they are not well connected. That's what myself and Preeti have seen by traveling to many colleges. See, everybody's doctorates, they are having, Mr. Ramani sir is following me up for more than a year, and then he is giving me up some projects. Like after a year of time, analyzing and having his contacts and what he is doing, sometimes people call me an internetpreneur. Sometimes people call me edupreneur. Sometimes being a network. So it's like a multiple thing. What I'm feeling is like, my point is like, we want to overcome that connection problems, because that's why you experts like yourself, Mr. Felix, Charles, ma'am, founders and managing directors from various parts of the world. So once we got connected, we are planning for the next level. So that's why it's all about. And after this event, 25th, we are planning to take 5 to 10 startups and emerge them by putting in that particular incubator and raise funds. Funds approximately, I'm just telling you, in US dollars. In US dollars, 30 to 40,000 US dollars we are planning to raise. Everything comes with a reasonable financing segments. Zoom, we want to pay some paid versions. Experts, a lot of things. So that's why we are planning to take 5 to 10 startups from this particular college, Government Arts College, Coimbatore, which is very near to Mr. Shine Gopal's place. Whereas we take that 5 to 10 startups, put that startups in that incubator and grow. Whereas we need few ideas and peoples. Whereas we have another guest. His name is Ari Brush. He's from US, Texas. He's born and brought up in Israeli. Right now, I think if I'm not wrong, he's from Israel. Right now, he got settled in Texas. He is the speaker of the next coming sessions. He has written a book called a book. I'll just send you the details of the particular book since we are not doing those kind of promotions. It's not good for us. But lay an egg and make chicken soup. That's what the title of the book is all about. I'll just share you the details. Lay an egg and make chicken soup. He was one of the Amazon bestseller, and right now he got into Forbes. Forbes. So whereas these type of potential peoples, we got some good connections. Slowly, it took us like almost 1.5 years. So that is my point, and I'm responsible to explain to Tamil guests. So I'll translate this particular thing, by explaining to the students for more understanding. And the point is very simple. We need to raise fund in the next 1 or 2 months, a time frame, and I'll send you all the details, like all the timelines, persons involved, how we are going to raise the fund. That's why I was asking about the book. Let's talk about book. Each student buying a book of us or buying a book for a good cause, a single dollar will be going for a charity or will be going for this type of events or promotions or all kind of things. Even we can do a lot of shows. That's what myself and Preeti were discussing for the past 2-3 days. We are very keen to do a lot of shows to raise funds because a lot of potential peoples are there in India. The only thing is like they don't have finance. Finance is the main part. 99.99% finance. All the problems will be solved through finance. So that's why we are planning to take 5 to 10 startups from this particular college. India is about huge resources. We have many states, and each and every state have maximum number of colleges. I'll just send you all the details, the financial workouts and all the balance sheet. I'll walk you and I'll send you. So that's why we are connected, and that is for this particular course.
Right, and that's a vital part of business. I used to run a boardroom, and a boardroom consists of marketing, finance, trade. So you gather people who have got skills in that respect around as a board, and you have trust in that boardroom. You've got an accountant in that boardroom. It's about trust. So again, everything I've said before will continue through the boardroom, which is why I'm able to give you that. Because I used to have mini boardrooms. I used to go to a hotel, invite people there that were different parts of the business and listen to them, and then make a post, write a blog and introduce them that way before we became live. Now we're live, it's easier, as you have done it with me on a video, to have that conversation. But I have to say, Anand, because this is applicable to you as well, I know Preeti is more rehearsed in video making and going live. You are not, as you've said twice, digitally comfortable. You have to be very happy with who you are in the business. I said about the boardroom, an accountant isn't going to be the insurance broker. The insurance broker isn't going to be the finance man. The finance man isn't going to be Carolyn Williams, health and well-being. We all have our stars and the uniqueness we are born with. So you have to drop the bit of, I'm not digitally, you are digital because you've become this digital founder. Look at you, that's digital. So don't use the words, I'm not very digital, because it's no good. You are digital, and that's it. Know me, allow people to know me. So you actually are talking to people with what you're passionate about. You've done it for me, I've heard you. You're really, really passionate about incubation and growing the business, which is what it's about. And it'll happen. I know it'll happen. You've got a connection with Shine Copal. The very first person you said to me when we first spoke, could I introduce you to Shine Copal? Well, I think at this point, because I'm connected with Shine, he knows who you are. And that's about know me, like me, follow me. You haven't been disagreeable. You haven't been negative. You haven't been somebody who's rude. So you've been consistent. Know me, like me. And then you've got people who will follow you. So once you link with Shine and he's massive in terms of his creativity and his ideas and his incubation, you're on to a winner. So keep the stamina and keep fueled. You know what I mean by fuel? You've got to feed the energy to keep that going. Because there'll be days when it doesn't work. You might have a travel problem. There might be days when signals don't work. But you rise above that, and the following day it'll come back again. So
Yes,
those are all about knowing yourself, knowing your worth, knowing that people like you, and they do, and knowing the message is clear, loud and clear. So, and then you'll attract all these people with different skills for the business, because they look into it and they'll go, young entrepreneurs, yes, we need people for the future. We need new entrepreneurs for the future.
It's because earlier in UK and Australia, there were a lot of shows, Shark Tank, Dragon's Den, whereas investors will be sitting and pitching. Whereas in India, we got that right now. This is a moment. So that's why we are making this particular thing as this particular time. So that's why it's been a hard 10, as you said, like it's not 2 years, it's like almost a decade, like 11, 12 years, whereas goes same with Preeti as well. So that's why, as you said, like do what you're good at, groom that. She'll be backing up for some certain digital kind of thing. That this is partnership. So that's why I'm very much keen to have a women co-founder. If I am a woman, I was expecting a male co-founder because both brain works. That's what, it glows automatically. So that's what it's all about. Thank you for your energy.
And that's the message. You see what you've done? So you've already broken down the barriers of women feeling overwhelmed, women feeling incapable or not heard. You've already said, I got Pretty here, two of us. And the words are very powerful. So you're giving the example. It's not just speech. You're giving an example, two founders, one, different genders, but the message is clear. And that will break all these natural barriers that people build up. Give you another example. When I talked about Know Me, Like Me, Follow Me at Penny Power, because she got an OBE because of her digital work in Britain. They live in Farnham. They created the largest network platform called academy.com. Now her husband's Thomas Power. So they did what you and Pretty have done. They were a very attractive couple. So Penny was writing the books and selling, because that was her expertise. And Thomas was digitally non-stop working on connecting people like you were doing all over the world. And so he's got a massive list of people as a couple, because they're married, husband and wife, but as two individuals who've attracted. Now, Penny would attract obviously different people. And Thomas, he was my mentor years and years ago. So it works because you've got characteristics and personalities that are attractive. So those are, you keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And Preeti, you have any questions for ma'am, discussions? You're open, right? Please unmute yourself.
Sure. I just want to ask that we have a lot of students there with us. So I just want to, on the behalf of students, I just want to ask, first of all, good evening from India.
Thank you. Good evening.
And for our students, what advice would you like to give to our students who are trying to become an entrepreneur?
It's really to sit down and write what it is that the heart and the person loves doing. because to start an idea, to incubate it, means you have to have stamina, and there'll be times when it'll be tough. So it's not easy, but if you love something and you love with passion, it's going to go and it won't stop. So my answer to you, Priti, is that they need to love. They need to look at what they love doing and the energy that follows that. So it could be, as Anand said there, connecting, networking. It could be like you in terms of YouTube, because you like going live. So whatever it is you love, that's what you do, and you grow it. So you put down, this is what I want to do. This is my idea. Meditation is part of that, because when you meditate, you're getting clearer and clearer, and energy and movement, the body movement, is essential for that. So I'm not just saying stick down and write a journal. Journaling is vital to get the message across and to externalize it, meaning that it's out of your mind and it's out of your body, and it's written there in letters. But then you have to move the body, as you know that, Priti. You've got to move the body so that you get fit, you get healthy. Then you think about your mind, because a lot of people who are into businesses will get stressed. So you have to learn the technique of what we call de-stressing. And that's about meditation, and that's about getting close to nature. So this is why I give a lot of my advice via pictures of the sea, because for me, the ocean has a lot of healing powers, a lot of de-stressing powers. As soon as you get near the sea, it happens. Trees are equally, because they have oxygen. If you're in a woodland or a forest, that's when you de-stress. So it's looking at being in love with something, having the energy, moving with it, keeping the message flowing, being happy and healthy, and having fun, and linking with fun people. If you've got people who we call are drainers, now drainers are negative people who go, oh, that's no good, even family, because family can be worse. Oh, that's not a very good idea. You're not going to earn this. You're not going to do this. You need to change that and get people who are saying, that's a good idea, in the way that you and Anand do it. That's a great idea, but have you thought of this? Have you spoken to so-and-so? So it's about networking, connecting and networking, because there'll be times when you need somebody else to go, have you thought of that? So never isolate, never stay within this little cocoon of just you. Reach out to people. They've got you and Anand and people like yourselves. They're in the best position at the best moment in time after COVID now, because all these ideas have been mulling around, and now is the time to get them moving.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's been great. And I'll just have some quick questions from Principal ma'am or Mr. Ramani sir. Are you online?
Yes, I am online.
Yes, sir. You have any questions? You can have some.
There are many students from the International Business Department. Can anyone from the International Business Department pose some questions to them, Madam Vani? Dr. Vani Sri.
Yeah, Dr. Vani Sri. Yes.
So this is an
I think she is available. I think
Yes.
she is available.
She is available. It's an opportunity provided by Mr. Anandaraj, Preeti and their group. We have to make best use of this opportunity. Any questions from international business? Vanisri?
The word opportunity is very, very powerful. You have the opportunity, you have the moment in time now. During COVID, people have the quiet to work on their ideas, work on their business plans, and then they have to act. So I'm saying when people, especially new people, and that is relevant for what Priti asked me, when you're new to something, you get anxious and you procrastinate, meaning that you stop. but you need to start and always say, I believe in what I'm doing. I can continue this. And you start the project and you get the energy to make it flow. And you take advantage of the opportunity that both Anand and Priti are giving you in the network, in the connectivity, in that time. Now is the time. Only you can do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to start. And you use your voice. And that's where I come in. I'm somebody that likes to use my voice to help people find their voice. The voice is massive. Know me, like me, and follow me.
Professor Vanishri, can you hear me? Emerson sir is there.
Fine. In the meanwhile, no, actually, while starting this invitation, within a period of 2 hours, we have crossed almost 1.5K subscribers within 2 hours. The point is like connecting and the time zones, because here people used to have mornings time routines. So that is the only problem. I'll try to make this, in somewhere like a mobile application or something like that to connect 247.
Ramani sir, I'm Vanishri speaking.
Please. Please. Vani, please speak.
Yes, sir.
Speak.
Ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, ma'am. How about you, ma'am?
It's lovely to hear a voice, and a female voice. What would you like to ask?
Ma'am, we all want our students to become entrepreneurs in the future, ma'am. So as a student, for students, you just tell us how to become entrepreneur.
Usually entrepreneurs are people who have lots of ideas. I remember when I started, I joined exercise training with the London Central YM in London. And when I came back to Wales, the ideas were bouncing everywhere. So you usually find an entrepreneur will have lots of ideas. So the first thing to do is to do what I've said to Priti, is to find out what you love doing the most, what you really from your heart love doing the most. Because we can all have ideas, but we're not going to get them off the ground until we have the energy for making that happen. So we say, make it happen. And only you can make it happen. You, I have to compliment you, well done, you spoke to me. We were waiting for somebody to speak. And there you were, hello, ma'am. And I loved that because you had the courage to say something. And that's what people have to do. They've got to have the courage to say something about what they are passionate about, what they are going to use as an idea for their entrepreneurship. So it could be a product, it could be a service, it could be connecting as a network, but you need to make the most of this opportunity now, because now we have time to do it. So it's looking at taking advantage of all these circumstances and starting, investing, making sure that you create. Entrepreneurs are creators. So creating things comes easy. If you make the list of all these things that we have as skills, we have them all in one person. We all have it within ourselves. The answers lie, the connection lies within ourselves. So the fun and the love that we have for a particular subject in entrepreneurship comes out because we want to, it's a burning passion to do it. I want to be able to, I have somebody that I've met recently who makes the most amazing hats that they use in Ascot, you know, the feathers. And I just couldn't believe the amount of passion she had for that work, a millinery because of the hats. So whatever you're skilled in and you love doing, and you have the best idea and you have the connection like you have here with Anand and Pretty and the incubation offer, you have all these things and it'll jump out. It literally will jump out of you, but I want a piece of that. I want to do it. So you have to have the desire to do it. Create it, act on it, make it happen, connect, have a network.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Surely we'll inculcate a passion in our students and we'll educate them, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm just going to add few points regarding our students. Our students is like Tamilnadu. It's in India, whereas students have a lot of ideas, but fear of speaking they have, and lack of communication skills. But the point is like they have strong, efficient students, whereas here, because while we are visiting to that particular college, Mr. Ramani sir was taking me to one person. I think, if I'm not wrong, his name is Renu. He's a kind of person, he's having that kind of entrepreneurial spirit. He has raised some amount of fund and ready to get the mentors and all kind of things, because students are there. Not only, since it is a government, connect those
Mr. Anand,
and make a detailing thing, and we'll just discuss further to make certain definite projects on board from this particular.
And then your signals dropped a bit there, so I didn't get everything, but I'm back to the voice again. I want to read this because this is quite an important little poem that you loved, and it answers a lot of questions that you put to me. The voice. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I know that this is wrong. No, I know I feel what is right for me. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to that voice that speaks inside. So when a person is nervous and apprehensive and anxious about their voice, you have the voice talking to you the whole time. What we must do is to listen to the voice and to teach the voice to say positive, active things. So when the negative chatter happens mentally, I'm not going to get that today. I'm feeling tired today. I'm not going to get out of bed today. I'm not going to do that today. Once that chatter happens, you have to stop it, and you can stop it. So you just say, stop that now. I need to do this. And you go back to what we talked about being an entrepreneur. What do I love doing? And you go back to, I need to get out of bed and do that, and do something with that. And that's where this voice inside us, the voice will talk to you, and you have to listen to it, and you have to correct it, and you have to be positive with it. It's positive mental affirmation the whole time. And belief is part of that. So whoever has a problem speaking can come to me as a coach, and that's what my tagline is. I showcase people who want to become entrepreneurs and speak, to inspire and become speakers, and to become influential, and to see key influencers, and to network. Without a voice, you're not going to be able to do any of that. You're not going to be able to have somebody knowing you, liking you, and following you. You've got to make sure you have those three covered digitally.
Fine, ma'am. It's great.
Digitally.
And here we go. We are in the last 5 minutes of this particular thing. Ma'am, I'll try to connect all the questions, because a lot of students don't, they don't understand the time zones. They think that, oh, this program is like tomorrow morning. Oh, sorry, I just missed a lot of people are texting me through Telegram. So what we are doing is we'll plan this particular thing. This recorded session will be delivered to them, and I'll try to take the post questions, and I'll come up with the financial plans by which we are about to work on for this March. What will be the things and the entire thing? I'll just keep you posted as always. And Preeti, you have any questions with ma'am?
Anand, students will be having some questions as you rightly pointed out. There will be some hesitation. Let them put it in writing. We will collect all these things, and at the end of the fourth day or fifth day, we will be doing the question answer session as a separate one.
Fine, sir, fine.
And here we have to inform the students that tomorrow morning we have no session. Only in the evening we have got the session at 1:30 and another session at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 1:30 to 3:30, because both of the speakers, one is from Mrs. Charul and she's from Dubai, and one more person, he's from Gujarat. I'll just forward their profile again in our Telegram group. That will be great. So every followers can do that. The point is like we need to pull in more students to engage with us, with our guests. That will be great, because
the thing is that more number of students joined the Telegram group, but they couldn't know how to enter the room. That's the problem. That is an initial starting trouble. Could be done away with. Okay.
Fine. That's why we are having this program for 5 days. As you said, we'll be taking the feedbacks, and we'll be definitely working on 5 to 10 startups from our college, and we'll be taking that to the next level, because ma'am has beautiful connections and she's having wonderful network. And moreover, Mr. Shine Gopal, he's from Kerala, and he is building a best incubator that's going to be one of the world's best soon. So he's going to launch that. So we'll be taking those students and working on with those incubators with Mr. Shine Gopal. It's very close to Coimbatore and Kerala. For ma'am's understanding, I'm telling, it's like just few hours drive. So that's why it is easy for us to work on for some certain areas. I'll try to connect all the questions, and as Mr. Ramani sir said, we'll be bringing in more students, make them understand, take the questions, get involved, and end of the 5th day, we'll be coming up with some working action plans.
Yes, it all starts with you. It all starts with the conversation.
Yes.
It always starts with a conversation. Always starts with a conversation. We had a conversation. Look how far you've come from that conversation. You introduced Pretty. So we have this webinar. You've introduced other people. And so that goes on. That's about connecting. We're stronger together by connecting.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And the point is like we need to believe from the beginning. As you said, Anand, it's not going to be the cakewalk. A lot of ups and downs will be there. That's why I used to talk to Preeti, and she'll be telling, leave it here, because she don't understand our language, Tamil. So obviously my point of communication is English. Whereas still she'll be kind of a cool head by handling a lot of things. So whereas I'm trying to learn from her, and she'll be taking care of my shoulders, and I'll be taking care of hers as well. It's really great. And thank you, Mr. Ramani sir, and thank you, Principal, and thank you, Caroline ma'am, for the entire time you have given.
Can I ask Vani Shri to have a formal vote of thanks? Are you there, Vani Shri?
Yes, sir.
For a formal vote of thanks to Madam.
Ma'am, on behalf of Government Arts College, Coimbatore, we have immense pleasure about your webinar today. On behalf of our principal also, on behalf of the coordinator of EDC, sir, Dr. Ramani, sir, I extend my heartfelt thanks for you for being with us for this session. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have to join us and encourage our students. Even for the department wise, you should encourage our students to become entrepreneurs, and also how you should help them in how to find investments for them to be an entrepreneur, young entrepreneurs, ma'am. Thank you. On behalf of this science forum also, I extend my thanks to you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
That message is loud. very loud and clear. And I feel it. I feel your love. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm honored. Thank you. What I would say to you all, and this is my question to every single one of you that have spoken this morning, how frequently do you cheer yourself? How frequently do you cheer for yourself? What's the answer?
Every second.
Yourself at all.
Every
To be
second.
very-
Was that Pretty? Did Pretty say every second?
To be very frank, ma'am, we'll be cheering others, but not us.
No, you come back to yourself because you gave me the thanks. And the gentleman was very nice. He introduced you and you took that on. So I call that the baton, you know, passing the baton on. So the energy is like that. The baton is the energy and you move it on like that. Anand is doing it. He's passing the baton to me, to you. The energy is in that. And therefore you need to congratulate yourself. We call it high-fiving, high-fiving. So I want to high-five you.
Yes.
Raise your hand. Yes. Now
Thank
when
you,
you, yes, and the smile. High-five Pretty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. High-five Anand. And high-five the gentleman. I didn't catch his name. I'm not going to be able to pronounce it.
Mr. Ramani, and he's
Ramani.
he's the coordinator of the particular college, and he took a lot of efforts to make this event
I
happen, and
know. I can hear.
he's following you for more than a year.
Thank you so much. High-fiving you, Mr. Ramani. Really high-fiving.
Thank you very much.
So you need to cheer yourself because once you come back to that lady again, if I can come back to her, because I can see what she was doing. Can you invite her back in?
Myself.
She's there.
Yeah, I can't see her. Oh, I can see her. Yeah.
Dr. Vanishri ma'am is there. You can see it.
Yes. What you need to do is do it again, smile again, and do your high five. Yes. The smile is the energy. The fingers is your celebration of you. It's you that are here. Pretty's here. Anand's here. Mr. Ramani's here. You're here. So you need to look at yourself and go, and I doing and making it happen. I'm allowing people to know me, like me, and follow me.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. We'll follow you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and have a great day. See you like tomorrow
Yes.
afternoon, Mrs. Charul ma'am, Indian time 1:30. The session will start. I'll share the profile details in our Telegram group. So I want
Yeah.
all the participants to be there. And ma'am,
Okay.
you can also be a part of our group. I'll just send the link to you. You can see that.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me. Have a good day, the rest of it, or good evening now.
Have a great day, ma'am. Thank you and see you soon. Ma'am, I have one more request. Ma'am, Mr. Felix is coming in another couple of days. I want you to be there, if time permits.
Okay. If you
Just
send me
5
the
minutes.
time, yes. If you send me the link and the time, we'll have a look.
Yes, ma'am. Because I think I have in that particular invitation we have designed. I'll resend it to you. As you can see the date and timings. Everything
Okay.
will be mentioned in Indian standard timings. But he's from US and you're from
Yes.
UK. So better just 5 minutes. That will bring a lot of energy.
Thank you, Anand. For the
Thank you
invite.
and thank you, madam. Thank you and have a great day. God bless you. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir. Ramani sir, bye, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Tamil Nadu Science Forum. Thank you, Tamil Nadu
Bye,
Science Forum. Thank you.
everybody. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.